Hello children, today I am here to teach you chapter 7 in your textbook, that's angles. So this is another geometry lesson. You already know about length, width, height, depth, time, speed, temperature, mass, weight, but you don't know about an angle. So that's a different word for you. Now look at this one. Take an equal. So what you have to do, you keep an equal on your book and draw a broken line. So this is the line drawn. Then what you do, you hold it tightly from here and then rotate this. So what you get there? So this is the line you are getting after you rotate this one. So you get this part is called the angle. So what is an angle? The amount of rotation. So we'll see how we define angles more. Amount of rotation. So here, this is the broken line. When you rotate, you get the other line. What do you call those? Those are arms. So these are two arms and the point here we call the vertex. So an angle has two arms and a vertex. Here what is this? A clock with two hands. So where's the angle there? So when you consider the two hands here, our hand and the minute hand, you get an angle here. Look at this clock. The two arms are the hour hand and the minute hand. So the angle is here. So we'll see more about angles. Look at this clock. What's the angle there? When you take this hand and this hand, hour hand and the minute hand. So you see this is the angle you get. When you take this one, so this is one arm here and the other arm here. So this is called the angle. Here also this one, this is one hand and this is the other hand. So you get two angles. You can get either this angle or this angle. So we'll look at more about angles there. Here also two hands are there like this. What are the angles you are getting? You get a small angle like this or a big angle like this. So there are several angles shown above are the faces of the clocks. The place where the two hands of the clock are fixed in the vertex. So this is the vertex point in all clocks. And the hands of the clock are the arms or sides. So you can sometimes call it as arms or sides of the angle. Now look at, there are several instruments that can make an angle. When you take your geometry set, what's the first thing you can remember? That's the compass. When you take the compass, you see, you get an angle. So think about, this is your compass. So here, this is the angle there. What else? Think about when you cut something, what you use? Scissors. So in scissors also you get an angle. Then pliers. When you want to cut wires, you use plier. So in plier also you get an angle. What else? Have you seen forceps? So in forceps also you get the angle. So when you want to take something, you do like this, so you get an angle there. So angle, the corner where two straight lines meet, is called an angle. So the two straight lines meet, that means included one, is called the angle, the corner. This is the corner here. These are the two arms. And here also, these are the two arms. This is the vertex point. This is vertex. So you get the angle. What is the name given to the straight line? Arms. Or sides also okay. What is the name given to the point where the two straight lines meet? Vertex. So remember those terms. Vertex, arms, angle. Now look at this. In the faces of the clocks shown above, what is the angle shown compared to a full circle? This to this. This angle. Here to here. If you take a full circle is something like this. So full circle is this. So what is this angle? This is 1/4, quarter of a circle. So in the faces of the clocks shown above, what is the angle shown compared to a full circle? Quarter of a circle or 1/4 of a circle. Angle made by quarter of a circle is known as, what's the name? Right angle. So we call it, that's right angle, and we are using a special symbol for that. Have you seen this symbol? So this means right angle. So remember that, right angle. So how many degrees? What's the value of this? Roughly 1/4 of 360 full circle. So how you get it? 360 divided by 4. 90 degrees. So what is right angle? Quarter of a full circle is a right angle. So we use this symbol to represent right angle. Draw right angles. So you can use the ruler to draw the right angles. So I can draw something like this. Right angle 90 degrees. Something like this. That's also right angle. And here, that's 90 degrees, right angle. What else? What about this way? This way also right angle there. And I can draw this way. That's also right angle. And another one, we'll draw this way. So use the ruler. So that's also right angle. So right angle means quarter of a circle or 90 degree. Write instances where you come across right angles in your day-to-day life. Look at the whiteboard, the corner of the whiteboard. So I see here, corner of the whiteboard. You get right angles. Corner of whiteboard. Then when you take your book, corner of your book also right angle. Corner of a book. And what else? When you take windows, doors, so you get corner. Corner of a window, corner of a door. And then in your geometry set, you get set square. That's also, you get right angle. Set square. Look at these diagrams. Are the angles shown in the above diagram smaller or larger than the right angle? So we know that quarter of a circle is right angle. Compared to that, what do you think about this one? So I see if it's this way, that's right angle. So this is smaller. Here, when you take this way, that's right angle. But this angle is smaller than that. When you take this arm, here if this arm is this way, you get right angle. Here also, if this is this way, you get a right angle. So what can you say about these angles? These angles are smaller than the right angle. Smaller than right angle. What is the name given to the small angles? Do you know that? That's acute angle. So we call acute. Acute angles for smaller one. So acute. Angle less than a right angle is known as an acute angle. Draw 4 acute angles. So you have to use the ruler. So I can draw something like this. Then here. This one. And this one. So this is the acute angle. The angle smaller than the right angle. Study the above angles shown below and write whether they are smaller or larger than a right angle. So if we take this one, if I draw the right angle somewhere here. So now this is more than right angle. Look at this diagram. If I draw the line here for right angle, the arm should be right here. Now you can see that's larger. Here also if I draw the line here, this is 90 means right angle. Now this is bigger than that. And also if I draw a line here, this is 90 degrees. This part. So 90 means the right angle, quarter of a circle. But now we can see that's more than that. So what can you say about these angles? These are larger than right angle. So larger than right angle. By what name are the above angles known? We discussed about right angles, acute angles. Now, a bigger angle than right angle we call obtuse angles. Obtuse. Are the above angles smaller or larger than a half circle? Now see, when you draw this line, this is the half circle. So this is more than right angle and we can see less than half of a circle. Here also when you draw this line, more than right angle and less than half of a circle. Here also when you extend this line, you get a half of a circle this way. But what can you say about this one? This is smaller than half of a circle. Smaller. So these angles are more than right angles and less than half of a circle. So obtuse angles which more than right angle and less than 2 right angles. Half of a circle means 2 right angles. Draw 4 obtuse angles. Okay, so take the ruler and you can draw angles. I'll first draw all the angles and then mark the angle. This one, and I can and this one. So now I can mark it. This is the obtuse angle. Here this one is the obtuse angle. This is the obtuse angle there. And here this one is the obtuse angle, more than 1 right angle but less than 2 right angles. Look at the following angle. A straight line is there. So this is half of a circle. When you take this one, this is also half of a circle. All these are straight lines. What portion of a circle is it? Half of a circle. How many right angles is it equal to? It's 2 right angles. When you take the line here, you get 1 right angle and the other one is 2. So 2 right angles are there. So how many right angles? You get 2. By what name is it known? This is a straight line. So we call it straight angle. Straight angles. So you learnt about acute angle, right angle, obtuse angle and straight angles. So straight angle which are equal to 2 right angles, that is in a semicircle, are known as straight angle. The 2 arms of straight line, the 2 arms of straight angle are in one straight line. So here, when you take the line, that's one straight line. This is one arm, the other arm, and this is 2 right angles. Study the given angles and write how many right angles they are larger. Now the angle this way. So if you take a straight line there, so this is half of a circle and it's more than that. When you take the line here, this is half of a circle and you get another part. This is also a straight line, that's 2 right angles and this is more than that. What about this one? When you draw the line here, when you draw the line here, straight line, you get that's more than that. So what can you say about this one? This is more than 2 right angles. More than 2 right angles. Are all those angles smaller or larger than a straight angle? It's more than two right angles, means more than a straight angle. So larger. The angles above are larger than what portion of a circle? So here larger than half of a circle. So you can say half of a circle. What is the name given to such angles? We call these are reflex angles. Reflex angles. What are reflex angles? Angles which are smaller than a full circle. So full circle means this way. Here less than a full circle, greater than half of a circle are named as reflex angles. Objects in the neighborhood can be divided into two categories: nature and man-made. So nature, trees, bushes, flowers, all these nature. Man-made, so books, tables, windows, chairs. So right where you observe right angles there. So all of these, most of the man-made objects we see right angles, not in the nature. So man-made objects you see right angles. Write the type of angles given. Look at carefully. This is smaller than a right angle. Acute. This one larger than half of a circle, but smaller than a full circle. What you call that? That's a reflex angle. Here we see this symbol. That's right angle. Quarter of a circle. Look at this one. When you extend this one, this is half of a circle, larger than half of a circle and smaller than a full circle. Reflex angle. This one larger than a right angle but smaller than half of a circle. Obtuse angle. This one, this is right angle. In the diagram below, 6 straight lines are spread around point O. Angle between P and Q. Where's the angle between P and Q? Here. This one and this one. So that's a right angle. We can write the angle as POQ. Angle POQ. We can write like this, or POQ and we put a hat like this, representing that's the O angle. In this one, that's right angle. Angle between Q and R. Q and R. Here, this one and this one. That's a small angle. That's an acute angle. So how can we write down? ROQ angle. Here angle and then write ROQ. Or you can write QOR is also possible. You can write ROQ and put a hat there. That's an acute angle. Angle between R and S. R is here and S is here. So that's also acute angle. So how can we write down? We can write down angle ROS or ROS hat. So that's an acute angle. Angle between S and T, that's also it's an acute angle. No? So it's a small one. Less than right angle. This angle, SOT. Angle SOT, or I can write SOT angle. That's acute. Angle between T and D. T is here, D. That's also seems like 90, but we are not sure, not marked like this. So that's, we can say acute angle. TOD. Angle TOD, or I can write TOD with a hat here. That's also, we can say acute. Angle between P and D, that's a small angle here. This one and this one. POD. Angle POD, or I can write POD with a hat. That's also small angle, acute, less than right angle. Angle between P and R, this one is, look, a big one. What you call that? More than right angle. Obtuse angle, POR. Angle POR, or I can write POR with a hat. That's an obtuse angle. Show the identification mark on the given angles. So we see this is right angle, so you can use this symbol. This is also right angle. Use this symbol. Right angle. So here also right angle. If you see a right angle, that's this symbol. Write all the angles in ascending order relevant to the size of the angle. What's the smallest one? Acute. Then you get quarter of a circle. That's right angle. So after that, more than right angle, you get obtuse angle. Then half of a circle, it's a straight angle. And more than half of a circle, we call reflex angle. Draw angles, reflex. Reflex means more than half of a circle. So you can draw two lines here and then mark the angle this way. That's the reflex angle. Obtuse angle, you can draw two lines like this. That's more than right angle and less than half of a circle. This is an obtuse angle. Right angle, so you can use two lines like this and mark this as right angle like this. Acute. Acute means less than right angle. You can mark it like this. Straight angle, two right angles. So that's a straight line. So you can draw a straight line and mark this angle is straight angle. Obtuse angle, you can draw two lines like this and mark this angle. More than one right angle and less than half of a circle. Name the angles in the diagram given below. A. A is here, a small angle. So we can say that's an acute. B. B, you can see this one, more than one right angle. So that's an obtuse angle. C, can you see this symbol? That means right angle. D, what's D? So if this is 90, somewhere here. So less than a right angle. That's an acute angle. E, it's also a small angle, less than right angle, acute. F, F is this angle here, more than two right angles. That's called reflex angle. Look at this diagram. A is inside. That's a small one, acute angle. B, this one, that's also less than right angle, acute. C, less than right angle, acute. D, this one, more than right angle, we can say that's an obtuse angle. E, here, E is on a straight line, straight angle. F, F is here, more than two right angles, that's reflex angle. Look at this one, A, this is a straight line, so that means A is a straight angle. B, this one, that's a small one, less than right angle, acute. C, this one, more than one right angle, less than two right angles, that's obtuse angle. D, that's a small one, acute angle. E, that's more than two right angles, that's reflex angle. F, here Here, this one. That's also more than 2 right angles and less than a full circle. Reflex angle. And G is a small angle, that's acute. Now we'll look at the exercise in your textbook, exercise 7.1. From the following figures, select the ones which depict angles and write down the corresponding letters. So you need to get 2 arms and a vertex point. So in this one, you get 2 arms and a vertex point. So A is an angle. Here, we can't see a vertex point there, just 2 straight lines. That's not an angle. Here also you get the vertex point and 2 arms. So this is an angle. What about this one? Just 2 straight lines. You are not getting the vertex point. So that's not an angle. And here we can get an angle here as well as here. So this is the vertex point. So you get an angle there. So E. Those are angles. From each pair of angles in the figures given below, select the larger one and write corresponding letter. So you need to compare these two. So which one is bigger? This one. So we can see A is bigger than B angle. So A. You are asked to write down the larger one. When you take these two, this is an acute. This is obtuse, more than right angle. So A is bigger. When you take these two, now see, this one is more than that. So this is bigger. When you take this one, this is obtuse and this is reflex. Reflex is more than 2 right angles. This is less than 2 right angles. So B is bigger. Reflex angles are bigger. Exercise 7.2. From the following angles, select the ones which are right angles and write down their numbers. Here we can see this is right angle. A vertical line with a horizontal line, you get quarter of a circle. So this is one is a right angle. This is less than a right angle. Here, this is also a horizontal line with a vertical line. So 3 is also a right angle. Fourth one, more than a right angle. That's obtuse. This is also more than 1 right angle. That's obtuse. Here, can you see the vertical line, the horizontal line? That's also right angle. Here, a horizontal line and a vertical line. That's also right angle. This one is smaller than a right angle. So these are the right angles. Draw a right angle on a square rule paper. Use the relevant symbol to denote the fact that it is a right angle. So what we can do? We can draw a vertical line and a horizontal line. And then we can mark like this to show this is a right angle. Write down 5 situations in the environment where the shape of a right angle can be observed. So, where you see, we also discussed before this one, corner of a window, corner of a door, when you take the book, corner of your book, and corner of a table. Most of the man-made objects, corner of a table, And when you take the TV, the flat TV, you get the corner of the TV also, right angle. So you can write a lot. So I wrote 5. Exercise 7.3. Write down which type of angle marked between the hour hand and the minute hand of each clock face belongs to. So here this angle. So exactly vertical one and the horizontal one. So we call that's a right angle. This one just a straight line. So that's straight angle. This one smaller than a right angle. What you call that? Acute. And this one is more than a right angle and less than 2 right angles. Obtuse angle. What about this one? This way. So more than 2 right angles. What you call? Reflex angle. And this one is less than right angle. That's an acute angle. Write down in order the type of each angle denoted by the numbers from 1 up to 10 in the following figures. First write 1. 1 is more than 1 right angle, obtuse. Now you know how to identify angles. 2 is less than a right angle, that's called acute. Third one, less than a right angle, acute. Fourth one, less than a right angle, acute angle. Fifth one, when you take 90 degrees, this is somewhere here. So more than a right angle, slightly more. So you can see that's like obtuse. This one, if it's 90, somewhere here, less than 90, acute. Seventh one, this is 90s here, less than 90, acute. 8, here, more than 2 right angles, that's a reflex angle. 9, that's less than right angle, acute. And 10th one, it's just a straight line. We call it straight angle. Question number 3. For each of the following figures, write down the type of angle that is denoted by each number together with the relevant number. So again, same thing. This is more than right angle, that's an obtuse angle. Two, smaller than right angle, that's acute. That's in the first one. In the second diagram, 1 is smaller than right angle. That's acute. 2, a straight line there, straight angle. And 3 is more than right angle. Less than 2 right angles, that's an obtuse angle. Third one. 1 is here. More than 2 right angles, less than a full circle. Reflex. 2 less than right angle. That's an acute angle. 3 less than a full circle but more than 2 right angles. Reflex angle. 4th one, here vertical line and the horizontal line, that's 90 degrees. So that's a right angle. So that's all. This diagram, 1 less than a right angle, that's an acute. 2, vertical line and the horizontal line, that's right angle. 3, less than right angle, that's acute. This diagram, vertical line and a horizontal line, it's like right angle. 2, horizontal line and the vertical line, right angle. 3, more than a right angle, that's obtuse angle. 4th one, here when you take this one, less than right angle, that's acute. This one, 1 is less than right angle, that's acute. This one, more than a right angle. Number 2, more than a right angle, that's obtuse. This one, a straight line. So you get a straight angle. Fourth one, that's a small one, less than right angle, that's an acute angle. Copy the following table in your exercise book and complete it by writing the type of angle denoted by 1 and 2 in each of the figure given below. First one, smaller than a right angle, so you can write this is acute. 2, more than a right angle, so this one is less than a right angle. So 1 is less than a right angle, 2 is more than a right angle, so you get obtuse angle there. In the second diagram, it's a straight line. So 1 is a straight angle and 2 is less than a right angle, so acute. Third one, this is vertical and horizontal line, 1 is right angle. 2 is more than two right angles, that's reflex angle. This one is less than right angle, that's acute. And this is more than two right angles, that's reflex. The last one is smaller than right angle, that's acute. And this is more than two right angles, that's reflex. Now you know how to identify angles. On a square ruled paper, draw two angles of each type that is mentioned below. Mark each of the angles. Acute. So take your ruler and you can draw. This is smaller than 90. And I'll draw another one. Smaller than 90 and mark the angle. So this is acute angle. So that's acute. Then I'll do right angle. Right angle, that means a vertical line and a horizontal line. Vertical line and a horizontal line. So you can mark it. So this is right angle, this is right angle. So that's right angle. And then obtuse angle and straight angle. I'll do obtuse angle now. More than right angle. So where's the obtuse angle? This one. More than right angle. Obtuse. Then I'll draw a straight angle. That's really easy. Just a straight line. I can mark it. This angle. This angle. So right angle. This is not right angle, straight angle. Just a straight line. Then I need to do reflex angle. Reflex means more than two right angles. So this way is the reflex angle, not the other way. You get another angle on the other side. There you get an acute angle here. This is an obtuse angle, but other angle is the reflex angle. When window grills are made, the iron rods are welded together such that they form various types of angles. Illustrate such situations in your environment to indicate various types of angles. So there are three types of windows, iron rods. These are grills in a window. So identify. I can see here this and this makes an acute angle. And here, what else? If I take this corner, this and this, you get a right angle. And this line, I'll show you with this line, and this one, you get an obtuse angle. So right angle, acute angle, obtuse angle. If I take other way around, now think about this grill here, this way. What's the angle? Reflex angle. So you get more than 2 right angles. Look at this diagram. You get in the corner right angle, and here when you take these two grills, you get more than one right angle, obtuse angle. And if I take this one, so you get straight angle here. And whereas acute angle I can see this one, these two, I see an acute angle there. So various types of angles you see. Here also you get 90-degree angle here. And this makes an acute angle. And what else? Right angle, an obtuse angle here. Can you see this with this? You get an obtuse angle. So observe carefully in the environment. You see all types of angles. So we completed all theory related to angles. What are the angles we learnt? We learnt about acute angles, obtuse angles, right angles, reflex angles and straight angles. And what is an angle? Angle is formed by two straight line segments meeting. So we call those are two arms, and the point is the vertex. So look at carefully in the environment and identify all types of angles.